From being a housewife to successfully running her own empire, Sanburani Bafetsu, and welcome yet again to the Social Shape, the only channel that cares about you and how you feel. Now let's jump straight into today's video. But before I do that, please do kindly subscribe to this channel and don't forget to turn on that post notification bell so that you can be updated every single time we drop. Now today, Bafetsu, I'm diving deep into the life of the beautiful as well as talented actress Asavela Mqokiyane, who has been making waves post divorce. Now, from being a full time housewife to running her own business, Asavela is showing the world that life can be full of unexpected twists. So, what has been happening in her life after her divorce from her wealthy businessman, who was her husband, now so called ex-husband? All right, but Faith, so let me just give you a bit of some background here. So Asavela was definitely married to this wealthy businessman who runs a successful construction company. And during their marriage, she didn't have to worry about a thing, Gesana, because bills got baby girl were paid and covered. She was able to focus entirely on being a full-time housewife. Ah, guys, sounds like a dream to many. Well, gay, I don't know if that could have helped the baby girl to survive a marriage because we are just talking about all of this as a past tense instead of present. But let's just find out you. I mean, unfortunately, they did get a divorce, and after they divorced, the actress was no longer just in the spotlight for her acting skills, but for a major career shift. Now, when you talk about girls elevating from divorce to getting that bag. You know what I mean? It seems like Asavela wasn't just going to sit down and relax. Not that girl. She has been making rounds on social media, making appearances, and sharing a story about how she transitioned from being a housewife to now running her own successful business. But wait, the story even gets more interesting. So, in a recent interview that was very viral on social media, Asavela was asked how did she get into business, and her reply, you guys, was pretty powerful, if I could say so myself. She proudly mentioned that her ex-husband influence played a major role in her entirely becoming a businesswoman in the field that she is in, which is construction. Yep, she credited her ex-husband for showing her the ropes of the industry. It took the love story that we didn't think was showing that type of a side. But hey, Asavela's husband was there to help the baby girl. It wasn't just about I love you, baby, but it was about I'm also gonna uplift you. And she's smart enough, you know what I mean? Because she did take what was needed to be taken and went far with it because she is definitely running her business, babes. So, her ex husband, being the businessman that he is, clearly had a significant impact on her life. While many thought that her transition into the business world was driven by her own efforts, it's clear that her journey was shaped by the time and experiences that she shared with him. Oh man, and let's be honest, you guys, it's great to see that despite the divorce, there's no hard feelings. She's taking the lessons that she's learned and applying them to her own ventures, you know what I mean, in the reality that she's faced with today, which is to being a single mom. And into this interview, she did lace it down properly as to, you know, they had to sit down and make things come into agreement with the fact that, you know what, as much as we love each other, but this thing is not working out. And, there is a child involved. So, how can we make things work? And she called it just basically that they had to be adults, at the end of the day, so that things can work and that the baby girl can also, have a mom and dad, as much as despite the divorce. So now let's just talk about Asavela and the construction business that she did mention into this interview. This is where now things get really interesting. Now we all know Asavela as an actress, but now she's stepping into a male-dominated industry and making her own mark. Construction is definitely an industry that is dominated by men, so it seems like a bold move for Asavela. But knowing a strong personality, it's no surprise that she's definitely holding it down on her own. You know what I mean? Because, oh, baby girl, looks like this divorce was needed because we wanted her back. And she did, of course, promise us that she knows that we've been crying to see her on screen and she will definitely make a comeback. Hopefully, it'll be a great one because, oh, wow. Well, her new journey into the construction world shows that she's not just relying on her past, but building something new and empowering for herself. From being a full time housewife to a confident businesswoman, Asavela is proving that she can take on anything. And it's definitely inspiring to see her break away from the traditional images of an actress and shows that she's more powerful, basically, than just being on screen and told, cut, action, take. You know what I mean? Exactly. Now, you know how we are as the Social Shade Nation. We're starting to ask the baby girl as to when are you coming. And after this interview, I would definitely commend you, social shaders, because you guys have been cheering her up. You know what I mean? On that positive tip, you know. So it's great to see our celebrities, leveling up into a very great and inspiring way, especially for women, because there's a lot of women and young girls that do look up to Asavela because she is in the public space and we do know her in our screens. So that automatically makes her a person of a public figure, I guess. So, when she goes through things like this, I think it brings hope that you can be a housewife, but when you are being a housewife, also open your eyes and have your ears out and try to build something from that. So, not saying that things won't work out, but God forbid, you know what I mean? You know that you have something to rely on. So yes, she's an actress, but you guys know how these gigs are. Sometimes they can be quiet and not be found. And if you have a business, that means you can still be able to have your bills being paid, irregardless of you being a single mom, being supported. I don't know what the case is, but it definitely is a good reflection of Asavela. And it's it's definitely commendable, as to why. I mean, I commend her as to why she basically would definitely mention that she learned this from a man, because we were going to ask at some point that how did you get into construction, because we know you as just an actress. So her actually having to say, you know what, the ropes she did get from ex-husband, that is wow, girl. So if you two have been in a relationship and your man has helped elevated you, I don't think you should be ashamed of saying that, regardless that you guys aren't together. I mean, that's what we're learning from this situation. But it's not just about me, you guys, it's more about you. So, what do you think and feel about this one? I do like hearing what you think and feel. So, please don't forget to comment, like, and share this video to many people as possible. And of course, do subscribe to this channel so that you can know every single time we drop. Until next time, it is the Social Shade.